So it's Wednesday, October 13th, 2021. This is on trail day number 167. I stayed here at the Stan Murray shelter last night. About got things packed up. Got up early this morning, around 7:30. So I'm doing pretty good. The sun's starting to peek through the clouds. So maybe we'll get some good views from the top of Rolling Mountain. I put my tent up over here last night. It was pretty wet, just from all the condensation, moisture in the air. The inside of the rain fly was pretty wet. The tent part where I was at was dry, but hopefully it's aired out a little bit. I got a rag, I'll wipe it down before I pack it away, but about to take tent down, throw the last few things in my pack, and be on the trail. And I just hope we get some good views. It looks like it's clearing up, so I'm hopeful. So this deadfall fell perfectly. It had this nice little hump for the pack to clear. I was climbing ever since leaving the shelter, but now we're going downhill. See the top of the ridge. I don't know if that's where we're going, probably. Seems to be a decent campsite there. Got a little bit of a view through the trees. Still climbing. Seems like we are going to the top of that ridge. It does look like the clouds are clearing away. So I'm going to the Roan High Knob shelter. Gonna stop there, probably cook something for lunch. I just had hot cocoa and a cappuccino mixed together for breakfast. I didn't eat any dinner last night. I guess from all the food at Mountain Harbor Hostel. I just wasn't hungry, so. It's cold, but yet I'm sweating bullets. Well, it's not cold, but cool. We're at 5,590 feet right now. And still climbing. Got a little bit of view here. There's some day hikers out and about today. I ran into a guy I ran into yesterday. And then there was a guy just hanging in a hammock in a sunny spot. And then just ran into another couple. So that's a pretty good bid for Wednesday. We're still going uphill, but it's leveled off a little compared to what it was a few minutes ago. Well, I think the worst of the climb is over for the moment. We're at 5,931 feet. Oh, starting to get some views. Guy said I run into some more section hikers a minute ago. He said it was about to open up on both sides. So that'll be good. I'm gonna find a place to park it here shortly. Drink some water and eat a pack of crackers. There's a trail that goes to the summit there, but I'm not going up there. I still have enough climbing on my schedule. See, the trail goes off that way. I'm going to park it on a rock for 10 or 15 minutes and then move on. Nice to have some good views. So it was way up there a little bit ago. And now we're headed up there. That's funny, the climbs don't seem as bad when you can see where you're going. It just has all these views. Almost like being in Maine again. I don't know if you can see right in that area there. There's a lake, there's a house and a dock. And there's another little cabin just down from it. Now that's a cabin in the woods. Still a bunch of day hikers out. Oh, I'd hate to see what it'd be like on the weekend, man. I'm going downhill right now. Found the source of all the day hikers. Got 2 miles to get to the Roan High Knob shelter, which I thought would be at the top of that mountain, but Gut Hook says it's only 700 foot of elevation, so we're obviously not going to the top of that, I don't think. But Gut Hooks has been wrong on elevation before. So we did cross the parking lot. It looks like we are going up that mountain. The trail so far, pretty gentle in this evergreen forest. There's tons of day hikers on the other side. Haven't seen the first one on this side. We got about a mile to get to the shelter. Alright, so made it to the Roan High Knob shelter. It is 0.1 miles, of course uphill. Man, it's a clear, beautiful day. So I reckon I'm gonna suck it up and climb up there to it. I bet it's got nice views. I'd hate to put all this effort into getting this far up Just go down the other side. So I'm going to go up here to the shelter, see what there is to see, and cook an early dinner. This is going on 2:30. No mashed potatoes. I'll have pasta or rice this time. And then push on south a little further for the day. So I made it to the Roan High Knob shelter. This is it here. A nice little table and bench. Got a door. Upstairs. Kind of a cool shelter. It's nice that it has a door and windows you can close. Alright, well, I'm going to take a eating break and move on. Well, I'm back at the trail. There was no view from the top up there. There was a couple of, well, 3 section hikers. I stopped in and talked to them a little bit. I decided not to cook anything. I didn't have enough water. I could have went to the water source up there and got some filtered, whatever, but I decided against it. So I just had another snack. And the next 5 miles is mostly downhill. A few little ups here or there. It's like 500 foot worth of ascent. So should make some time. It is 3:20. So a lot of chit-chatty people today. Kind of slowed it down. It'll be alright. I'll still do over 10 miles for sure. Oh, this is kind of cool. Just a random chimney. I guess somebody was thinking about building a fire. Used to be a cabin or something here, I guess. Whew. I was really enjoying the downhill, and we started climbing again. Not a bad little camp spot here. I just ran into 2 ladies that had stayed the night at the hostel the night I was there, Mountain Harbor. They were just getting a shuttle south of there and doing a section hike back. Their hike's been going pretty good so far. It's always good to, because people are excited about it to start with, but then once they start, sometimes not so much. So it's always nice to run into people who are enjoying themselves, having a good time. Looks like we get to go downhill again now. I'm kind of walking through this grassy forest. It's kind of cool how much grass is here, considering the trees. We were just up on the top of that a little bit ago. We're still right under 5,500 feet elevation. I got this little climb and then another good downhill stretch. There's a Hughes Gap Road. It's supposed to have water there. Apparently the water's not too reliable after that, so try to get some water there, and then I can just camp if I see a good spot. The old legs are getting tired all this climbing the last couple days. We made it to the top. Looks like there's a view spot. Not bad. Man, I am beat. Yeah, that's a 1,000-foot climb after the road up to the shelter. Not too bad, it's over 3 miles. I think I'm about done climbing for the day. So my battery died the last time I made a video. I've just been cruising downhill on these switchbacks, and the battery I just stuck in here shows 1 bar, which means I forgot to charge it after changing it. So I'm going to get down to the road down there and try to find water and start looking for a camp. It's 5:45, so water and a place to pitch my tent. Because I don't think I'm going to do the 3 miles or whatever up to the shelter. Alright, so the comment in Gahooks about a water source at the road said it was about 300 yards down the road. They didn't bother to tell which direction, and both went downhill. So there's 2 unreliable water sources that were last reported to be dry. So I may have to go to the shelter. Now normally I would have filled up water at the Roan Mountain shelter, but it's like, I don't want to carry all that water. Well, this is what happens every time I don't carry all that water. But if I do carry a bunch of water, it's like crossing the river every 10 feet. Well, we'll see how this turns out. It's going to get dark in an hour. I'm not going to do 3-something miles in an hour. I'm not completely out of water. I still got a little bit in my drink bottle. I'm about to drink some of that because my throat's getting dry. At least it's cool in the afternoon. I'm about 2 miles north of the shelter. Yeah, north. And the last stream was dry. This one, as I walked by, I just happened to look and see some water down there. So I eyeballed around. Right up here, right there, there's a steady little trickle. So, water. I'll get some water here. It's the Blair Witch Project. No, I'm just kidding. So I found a camp spot. I had to rig up a stick and my C-Knock bag and a leaf in order to get water. It took about 20 minutes to get 3 liters. And then I went about 0.1 miles and just happened to look to the right. And though it's not a camp spot, it's covered in leaves. There's somebody has been here before, tried to build a fire with no fire ring. So I found a good flat spot. Got my tent set up over here. Got my dinner cooking over there. Well, it's soaking. So Knorr cheddar broccoli pasta. I'm going to put a pack of sun-kissed chicken in it. Then I'm going to eat that and call it a day. So we're like 2 miles north of the shelter we'd intended to get to. I think I could have kept going, but I didn't really have a need to, other than make 2 more miles. There is an overlook up the way just a little, but I had a feeling if anybody, through hikers or whatever, may be there. And I was in the process of setting my tent up, and like 5 hikers went by. So I don't know if that's where they were going or if they were going to the shelter, but anyway, we'll see that in the morning. I'm going to get finished up and call it a night.